Hello everybody, welcome back to Glacial Awakening. My name is Scryptar and today we're gonna fly. We have creative flight, ladies and gentlemen. Aha. How did that happen? Well, as you can see behind me, I want to say, well now it's in front of me. I've done a couple things down there and over there. And yeah, that ended up in giving me creative light around my base in a pretty large area. I think it's a little bit past where the torches are, so it's good. It's definitely good. We can fly around. Look at that. That helps a lot. So let's go through this, I guess, right? It's getting dark. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's see if we can actually see something. This right here, the Attunement Altar, is where all the things start. As you can see, there is a constellation coming up right there, and that's the one I've been using for pretty much all the things. I've been enchanting or attuning rock crystals and such. And if we go up here, you can see that this arrangement of, what are they called? I never remember. Spectral relays, yes. The arrangement of these spectral relays matches that of the constellation over there. So as soon as it gets dark enough, you should see some really nice effects here. Now that's where all things start, right? Over time, when you progress through this mod, also yes, it's Christmas as you can see, yeah. When you progress through this mod, you can make these Celestial Collector Crystals. You can upgrade the altar to different stages. This is the second to last, I think. Celestial Altar, actually, I believe. Yeah, it's ready to craft the next upgrade. You can't see the upgrade appearing here because it's not dark enough yet. It is full of starlight, as you can see. That's because of the lens up there that is focusing the light beam coming from the prison over here, which is getting the beam from there and from there. And that basically lets us do all the things at daytime, just not upgrading the altar. Yeah. This prism also focuses one beam there that goes down to this guy, which is the Starlight Infuser, where you infuse all your stuff. And then we have this one over here, and that is the Ritual Pedestal. And if you put, or if you right-click an attuned rock crystal on there, you get this weird thing. So it's attuned to our constellation, and I chose this constellation specifically because when you do this ritual right here, you get flight. Not much. But then what happens is, as soon as you focus a beam onto that pedestal down here, you can see a beam shooting out, like up there, and then you just put a lens there and shoot it back, and then a new one shoots out, and it does that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And once you've done that 5 times, shot the beam back at the pedestal, you have maximum range of the effect. So now we can fly around pretty far away. It's really cool. Yeah, that's working. There's one thing I haven't done yet, and I want to do that. And that's stepping in here. And then this happens. Isn't that cool? That is totally cool. That's so rad. Screenshot. Probably not going to use it, but it looks good. Do another one, because bass in the background and such. That looks totally cool. I haven't done that yet. I've been waiting for you guys. I should be over soon. Come on, one more screenshot. Get him! And we're done. That's good. Do I have? No, I don't. Where's my book? There's my book. Let's take that out. And it's you. And now we have a new entry here, which is called Perks. And since we started in Visio, which is our constellation, we now have 1 edit reached. Gain experience by traveling the world. So basically what we need to do is this. This gives us experience. Shouldn't I have an experience bar somewhere? Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that! Experience incoming! This is so cheesy. I mean, there's others, depending on the constellation, you can get stuff where you need to hit monsters and such. Yep, that's pretty cool. There's one more thing I want to do before it gets too light. this. Looks so cool. If the attunement wasn't cooler, I would make a screenshot of this one. So this guy should upgrade to the next tier altar in a second, and that should be the last tier if I'm not mistaken. Which needs the added structure of this stuff on top. So it should be working instantly. There you go. And you can see that it's working and the structure is correct because this crystal is forming. It's actually not there. See, this is just, it's a hologram. Yes, let's go with that. Alright, we're not going to dwell on that. This mod is completely not needed for progression in this mod pack, other than what we've done together the last time. So all of this I just did off cam, because I'm a crazy person, and I wanted to do this, and I wanted to have creative flight, because I totally remember that this is one way to get it, even if it's just around the base. It's cool, I mean, you can fly. Right, so what are we going to do today? First of all, I made an end cake. Right here, not really that difficult. I mean, Eye of Ender, yeah, okay, cake, regular cake. We have all the things. I mean, farm, chicken, cows. Have, no problem. Let's put this stuff somewhere. I also made the overworld cake right here. Let's look at all of them. I had hoped there was another cake or something, but no, it's just those two. So one is to get to the end, one is to get back. How easy can it be? Yeah, right. So I made that. I guess this is soulbound, right? Yes, you are. Perfect. Are you? Yes, you are. Let's put you down here. Let's go to the end. Let's see what that looks like. Eat. Oh, that was very fast travel. There's an Ender Dragon, and I didn't bring any light. Well, that's almost a lie. I brought this. So we should be able to just do that. Lovely. Which way? How about that way? Obviously I can't fly down here, which is a bit of a thing. But also we have endstone now. Woohoo! Yeah, that's me screaming like a girl. Jeez! I guess it's time to get out here. I totally forgot that that thing just flies through everything and doesn't care. Oh, yep, look at the Enderman. Look at all of them. So switch that off. I don't want to talk to you. Shut up! Right, so I guess first thing we should do is really get back in here and... Ow! Ow! Quick enough! Thank you. Put down that cake, right? Let's... Off of my hotbar! I'm gonna just put you there, so we can get back whenever we want, and I want to make this a little bigger. That's what she said. No, don't quote me on that. Not good. Never quote me on anything. It might be wrong, for all you know. Okay, so, the end. Reached the end, that's it. We can't fly here, obviously. Not yet, we're working on that. And technically we have to defeat that dragon, which is something we do want to do, probably even multiple times. Because it gives us stuff that we want. Yeah. Yeah. Shut up! Give me that pearl. That's what happens. Okay, so there's nothing here, and until we defeat that guy, we can't really do anything. I do want to go and do some shulker box hunting and stuff, but, you know, it's not really necessary right now. I just want to see if that works. And I'm pretty happy to say it does. Whew. Back we are. And it took out a bit of that cake, as you can see. That's not the whole hitbox there. So we do have to replenish that once in a while. Okay, shouldn't be a big deal. What else have I done? Well, I moved the cave illuminator up there, and then I put a relay up there. What do they call it? Connectors. Yeah, okay, I can go with that. There's a capacitor bank here, and there's some cabling here which I've already made. I removed the machines over here. There is a lonely capacitor bank there, which has a crazy input, output, and storage, as you can see. Well, that's because that's not the only capacitor bank that's there. Shall we have a look then? Let's go down here. How did that happen? Is that actually there? Because I can't get to it, it seems. That's weird. Anyway, I exchanged the floor with white concrete because it's concrete, we can move faster. I also put some of the compacting drawers on the back side here, and I'll probably do more. We just need more space, and then we have a little battery bank. This is a multi-block! Look at it! Yeah, this has been running for a while. 43 million RF storage space, and it's going quite nicely. Yeah, can't complain. I made the first Ender IO cable. That's actually the second Ender IO cable, which doesn't need the first, so I didn't complete any quests there. I did, however, by accident complete these two. So the thing is, if you want plastic, and I wanted plastic for that guy, the black hole tank, which is over here. That needs plastic, and the rest we all had. This holds an insane amount. Look at that. There's 92 buckets in there. It can hold 2 million buckets. So I wanted that here, and then the fluid tank just pulling out, so whenever I want to repair stuff, you know, that goes in there, and you've seen how that works. No, it works even better now, because this is just 16 buckets, and this is 2 million. You also have the same over here for the creosote oil, so on top of there, which you can actually see when I do this, is a black hole tank, and we're pulling from that tank. The tank is auto-filled by this guy burning all the coal. Yup. Why is this not working? Is this just a graphical glitch? It has to be a glitch. I mean, that down there looks like a glitch. Ew. Is that because traveling dimensions and such? I hope so. Because I do hear it working. I do hear the sound effect of that stuff. It's just, yeah, okay. Put some lanterns in the floor. I made the... Oh, we can fly again, right? We can fly again? We can... No? No? When you switch dimensions, this happens. Okay, no flying now. I have to log out and back in to fix that. There's some ender hoppers up there, so they take care of the whole farm. I've encased that in glass, so that... Yeah. Just to commemorate the fact that there was a minecart rail system here a while ago. Cable comes out here, goes into there. Same as before, nothing really new. You can close up. Okay, so, yeah, that's pretty much that. Where are we now? What do we do? I said I have completed these two because we needed the plastic. How does that work? You have these, the tree fluid extractors, and what you do is you put some logs in front of them. You can actually... can you tree fluid extractor and hit U for uses? Now you can see there's 4,800 millibuckets in acacia wood and less in all the others. So I've been using acacia wood here. Let's just give it a try. Up there. 3 please. Thank you. Hello? I did take them, right? Let me log out and back in. And as you can clearly see, it was a glitch. Just a graphical glitch. So now, what you do is you put these here. And then over time, these will take out the fluid, as you can see right there, and break the block. If we had an automatic block placer, I would just put one there and have these replaced all the time. Or maybe just place a sapling and grow a tree, I don't know, something like that, right? And these tanks are pulling out the fluid, and then they're pushing it into the latex processing unit, which is taking water from that water generator over there. And as you can see, it's keeping up, which is quite okay. And the latex, and whenever it has enough, I think it's 80 millibuckets or something, it does one of these tiny dry rubber, which then, let's take them out, you take and transform them into... all of the slots are filled. Transform them into real rubber. So you do uses on you, shift click, and there you go. 49 dried rubber. And then you can go in here and say doop. And that will give you plastic. It's as easy as that. Just waiting for it to show you. There you go. You've seen it. And it's gone. And we made some, yeah, aluminum and nickel. That's perfect. Do you belong in here? That looks really weird. That's different moths again. Okay, sure. How about you? Yes. And we know they don't have a place in the system yet, because otherwise they wouldn't have been stuck in the hopper. So, you here, and you here. Oh, thank you very much. Now, this is obviously bad in terms of accessibility, right? But we don't really care, because this stuff is here. We are going to make our applied energistic systems today. That's what I'm at least planning to do. Alright, we've been stuck here, right? So first thing we need is the Inscriber presses, and, well, I've been running around a little bit, and I have them, as you can see. I'm gonna put them back in. That's done. Get rid of all the things, except for the tiny dry rubber. Okay, yeah, I can live with that. Nice, quest complete. Where do you get them? You get them in those over there. Let's go and have a look. I don't know if that's in range. I hope it is. Are you? Am I going to fall down? I'm pretty close to the ritual still. Let's vein line that. And that. And there's a chest. And that chest has one of the presses in there. Well, we don't need more than one of each, and we have all of them, so I'm just going to leave that here. I'm also going to leave you here. If I ever need you, I know where to find you. Back home. Flying, I can tell you. It's such a convenient thing to do. Boop. Dropping from the sky. Also, concrete floor in here. It's red. Yeah, because, you know, we have white inside this cellar. We have black outside on the streets. So it's red here because that's my colors. I like it. Then, where do we start? I'm not sure. Where do we start? How about here? We need an energy acceptor, which is just this recipe. Fluix crystal. How do you make that? Like that. You take a charged Certus quartz, a nether quartz, and a redstone, and then you open this and throw it in there. We're gonna make more of those. I guess I can just, you know, I can show you. Why wouldn't I want to show you? Open up. One of you, and you. Boop. There you go. Makes two. Perfect. That's exactly why I have that trapdoor there. That's the only reason. Right, so make the energy acceptor. And accept that we've just accepted a quest. Get a 1k ME storage set. A 4k would have been nice. I'm gonna take that and put it right here. That's why the battery is here, outputting to this side. And the cable should automatically connect. Perfect. So now we should have power running along these cables. This thing should just work. There's really nothing to see here. And as you have seen, there's also a cable running through here. Because we are going to make these disk drives, and I want to have two of them, one sitting here, so we can see the disks, and one sitting on this side, and they will attach to that cable. Right? You following me thus far? Perfect. Next thing we need is a charger. Thank you very much. You... just there. You getting power? No? I should be able to do that. No, you're not getting power from here. Okay, so I do need to put you on that energy acceptor probably. Bit of a thing. Can also be used to charge various ME items. Starting with power, attach a hand crank to get those underscore zap. A hand crank? Are you kidding me? Hand crank? No. Not seeing any hand crank. Huh? Knife handle. No. No. Applied energistics. It's that one, right? The wooden crank. What? Really? You don't seem to go anywhere. Ah, shift click. Okay. Okay, if you right click once, it turns once. Is that actually doing anything? Oh yeah, look at that, it's getting power. You done? It says it's a charge. Ah, right click. There you go. Okay, sure. Why wouldn't it? You're weird. Thank you. Next. Crystal Growth Chamber. Yes, we're gonna need one of those. See, I'm prepared. And we get some nether quartz. That's lovely. The chamber is specially, not specifically, well, it's kind of the same, right? Designed to grow pure crystals. Just insert a Certus, nether, or fluid seed and wait for it to mature into a pure, innocent crystal. I don't know about the innocent part, but yeah, okay. So, oh, I could have just left that there. Applied seed. So if we wanted to have a fluid seed, for example, we need a fluid dust and a sand, and that makes 2 of those. So how do we get that? Well, manufacture just 1 fluid crystal and 1 fluid dust. So if we take one of these and throw it into the manufactory, which is here, and as you can see, upgrade it. I don't have all the speed upgrades in there because this thing is hucking power like crazy. Same here. And it seems like I can take half of these out and nothing will change. Right? It's kind of the what is it? The lowest denominator, or what's it called? If I do this, things change. If I do this, things change. Yeah, 70 times speed. Okay. Yeah. But as soon as one number is bigger than the other, it won't change. So I just leave them in here. They don't do anything bad. I made them, so let's leave them in there. As soon as we get more power, I'm just going to put the rest of these in here because I still have a stack. So 32 for this machine, 32 for this one. We do have the fluid dust. We do have the growth chamber. I want to see if that works or not. Can I put you there? And then put you in there. Oh no, obviously I can't put you in there. Sand. And you in there, and... Wait a second, where? Oh. Right, okay. Just dropped to the ground. For reasons unknown. Okay, it's not doing anything, it doesn't seem like this is getting power. Not over here, that is. Ooh, that's exactly what I wanted. We do have a cable coming out here, which I can hijack for a second. If I put you there, now you're having power, look at you. Yep, that's working. And you can upgrade that, you can put acceleration cards in here. If we look at card, there are a bunch. Capacity card, which basically gives you more options, so when... I'm going to explain that when we get there, because it's a bit of a thing. Crafting card makes auto crafting possible. Fuzzy card, yeah, not going to touch base on that. Inverter card, yeah, redstone card, there. Acceleration card, isn't there? Isn't there a stack thing? No, it's not. That might be refined storage. So it's just an advanced card and a fluid crystal. Advanced card is this, and for that we need that. We're getting into that, don't worry about it. But it basically speeds up things. There you go. Out of 1, which we ground down, make 2. That's how that works. I'm gonna make a bunch of these in the near future. That's almost done. You actually made one. Oh, it just broke when I arrived here. You made one of those down there? Okay, sure. I'm gonna put a lock there soon. Oh yeah, shift right click also does that. Perfect. Okay. That leaves this one, it seems, and that makes an advanced inscriber, which is the thing we want to use. Don't need that, don't need that. Cool. You... Well, for now, I'm gonna put you here. Seems to be working. So this is a bit of a thing. This is where you use the actual press and some other stuff. Let's see what the quest book says about it. That much, huh? Okay, let's see where we actually need that. So next thing we want is not you, we want an ME drive. Now as you can see, an ME drive is really easy to do except for these. The engineering processor, and there we go, Inscriber, which is disabled, but we have the advanced Inscriber, which is not even here. Okay, so we do need a printed silicon, a redstone dust, and a printed engineering circuit. So how do we get printed silicon? We get the Inscriber silicon press and a silicon. That one. And silicon I have pre-made. It's just sand in the manufactory, so don't worry about that. And I'm going to shift click that in there, and we're going to shift click that in there. So if you use the regular standard Inscriber, you can only put one item in here. There's no stacking of anything. With this advanced Inscriber, you can put a whole stack in here, and you can attach, hoppers and cables to various sides and have it do its thing. Right, so that's going. In the meantime, need a bunch of these. And this is an engineering processor, so we will need that, the engineering press. Thank you. Let's finish that up. Alright. Engineering press, diamond, and... Yep, makes the printed engineering circuit, perfect. I'm getting ahead of myself here, because we need those here, right? That and the printed silicon together and the redstone dust makes the actual thing. That's a technical term, don't worry about it. Come on. Boop, boop. Now those two, and you can see I can shift click them in there, they know where they have to go, it's not a big deal. There's one. Yeah, need one more, and then we can do things. Thank you. Some of that. Oh, actually, you know what? We have this guy, right? Might as well do that. ME drive, which goes right here. I don't know if I want to use these. I technically want to upgrade these to 4K. Okay, let's see. Drives. No, not drive. It's storage something. So we have the 1K, right? These, the 1K. The 1K consists of a 1K storage component and a housing. And that is basically the recipe for the housing right here. Now you can use these, and upgrade them to the next tier, which is the 4K. You need 3 of them. So instead of 1K, 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 which is 3K, you actually get a 4K. For that we need quartz glass, which we have. We need a calculation processor, which I need to do. And then we can use that to make one bigger disk. What's the difference between the disks? Well, I'm not going to give you an applied energistics tutorial here. It's basically just, you see there's 2 stats there. There's bytes used and there's types. Types is the actual item. A torch, a stick, a log, something. That's a type. Each of those items uses one type. And then there's bytes. And each of these, items has a certain amount of bytes associated to them. So a log could be 3 bytes. A stick could be 1 byte. It could all just be 1 byte. It doesn't matter. So there's bytes used is the amount of items in terms of quantity. And types is the diversity. That's just how this works. So the higher you go, 16K can use 16,000 bytes. 64 can use, 64K bytes. It's still the same amount of types. And I think the sweet spot really is 4K. Because you're running out of types more often than you run out of bytes. If you look at this in here. I mean, that's a type, that's a type, that's a type, that's a type. All together is not more than 4,000 items, but that's certainly like 30, maybe 40 types. Yeah. So everything that can stack is in these drawers for a very good reason. I mean, that would be one type, but more than 1,000 bytes, right? So, this thing is weird. So as you can see, we could attach that hand crank on top, so that got me thinking. And yes, when on top or at the bottom there is a cable connection or any other applied energistics block, it is powered. As you can see, it says 1.6 kilo AE in the top left there. So yeah, that's working now. Hate this thing. The rest has moved down here. As you can see, I've doubled up, tripled up, quintupled up on the advanced inscribers and put all the presses in there together with some hoppers. So over here we have the silicon press, and that makes printed silicon. And then over here we have the calculation press, so we put the quartz in here, and then we get nothing because I've moved it all over here. Printed calculation circuit. And then the diamond is, I think, this one. Yup, the engineering, and then the gold goes in here with the logic press. And whenever, you know, it's done its thing, just take that out, put it in here, together with the printed silicon and some redstone, and then all of this happens, and down here I can take out the finished product, which I can then put into storage, and we have a bunch. Yeah, been busy. Working quite nicely. Obviously, to get this to work, behind that block there's another one of those energy acceptors, and then that just works. Anything left in here? No. Crystal growth chamber doing its thing. Really good. So moved all the stuff, did all the things. It's working. I also, as you might have seen, did these 4K ME storage sets. Quite a bunch, yeah. I've been here, it's been like 3 hours or so. Took its sweet time. But now we can go in here and do this. That's full. And they are showing green because they are completely empty. We're going to do the same over here. And now we have a bunch of storage. What you want to do is go in here, priority, and put that to, I don't know, let's say minus 10,000. Why do you want to do that? Well, the applied energistic system has a priority system. Anything that's attached to the system, it doesn't matter where it is in the world, as long as it is attached to the same system. If it's a storage block, like this one right here, it counts just as storage. So you could have your storage down there and your mob farm over there, and then import from that mob farm, and the system would go and say, well, where do I want to put the stuff that I'm getting from over there? And if they all have the same priority, it would just go somewhere. Now this is on a negative priority, and I think the lower, the less is the likelihood that it gets put in here. I hope so, because what we want to do is craft a storage bus and attach that one, the drawer controller, to that system so that we can see all the things. But before we do that, we need to do some more stuff. ME terminal is the next one we want to have. Okay, sure. Let's take out this thing. Because, so ME terminal needs an illuminated panel, or like, yeah, any panel really, right? Doesn't matter, bright or standard or dark. Well, it needs to be an illuminated panel. Let's go with that. Needs quartz glass, we have that. Sure, do it. Give me 3. No quest, because we're not done yet. There we go. And now we need an Annihilation and a Formation Core. Let's get out our trusty vice. This thing needs Fluix dust and nether stuff. So I guess we're gonna make some of these. 5, that's a good number. Always do 5, because that's how things work. Right. Well, it's temporary, right? I could have made that down there, probably. Anyway, ME terminal, 1 Annihilation Core. And yes, we want to use the nether quartz, and not go through all the steps of using... What was the other choice here? Pure nether quartz crystal, because, you know, that needs to come from the seed, and the seed is to be made with this and that, and then we need to grind that. Oh, nope, nope, nope. If we can cheese it, we cheese it. And, you know, it's a standard recipe, that's how it works. Charged or uncharged Certus quartz? Well, I'm gonna go with standard. Oh, that's nice. Lovely. Thank you. Done. So now we should be able to do this. ME terminal. And we can use that and put it on here, and it will show us all the stuff that's in the system, which is nothing, because currently only that is attached to that cable, which is going through there, and then all the way to the bottom there, and then behind that. Also, it can't really do anything other than show you what's in the system. It's a terminal. We have 17 levels. Did I just see that right in the top left corner there? That's lovely. So we want to upgrade that straight away into the ME crafting terminal, which needs, the ME terminal, a processor and a crafting table. So let's do one of these. Let's do one of those. Well, thank you. And this one we actually want to have right here. Now, it's shown here in purple, which is the standard color. As you can see, pretty much everything here is in purple. The standard Fluix cable widget right here, the glass cable, is in purple. But you can use that together with some red dye and make red cables, which I've done. Standard is there, the red ones are there. And then if you attach the terminal to a red cable, it gets the same color, which is lovely. And as you can see, nothing in there. And I'm just guessing here what I need to do. Because there's nothing in here. We could put something in here. Like that. It's in there. They should now be on one of these disks. Somewhere. Right there. 2 of 63 types and 65 bytes used. 65 bytes by those 2 things. That's a lot. Yeah, that's the only thing that was on there. Okay, yeah, sure. Well, I can live with that. Anyway, yeah, they actually go in there, that as well, because we're not going to have much use for those. Just, you know, we don't need a drawer for them, let's put it this way. Okay, well, that's done. That's also done. That means you should be done. More cable, thank you. And you are done, no rewards. I'm so happy we did this. That is done. So how do we get all of that stuff? Well, I'm glad you asked, because, you know, if you hadn't, then this would be the end of the episode. Yep. Don't need that anymore. Shown you that, shown you that, shown you that, shown you that. 4K, yes, we've done that a lot. Quartz fiber is something you need for the cables. We need to go into all of that. That's the remaining quests we have. Silicon, it's also just, you know, I told you, but I didn't show you. So there you go. And that's that. So what do we need? We need a storage bus. Not the fluid one, that one. ME storage bus. Piston, sticky piston, which we can both do, is not a big deal. And an ME interface, which needs these. Sure, and some glass and some iron. Okay, well, let's do that. I said. Well, it obviously can't find the stuff in here. Thank you. So let's take those out. I didn't want all of that. Just that. Thank you. Also, that cable can go in there. So it's gone. Oop. One of you. And then one of you. Limitless potential. Yes, that is what we have. Now we go down here. Into the hole. So good that we can fly, right? And this one, I think up there. That's the one, right here. Okay, so we don't need to go into the hole. Perfect. I am going to go in here anyway, because we still have those chests here. So 1, 2, 3. I think I want to hook those up too. Just as random storage for stuff. Not 100% sure. Maybe we just toss them out. We don't really need them anymore since we have the disk drives. Yeah, I just want to have the option. Let's put it this way. Also, one thing you need to keep in mind. Channels for Applied Energistics are enabled. So if you have no idea how Applied Energistic works, that didn't tell you anything. If you do have an idea, you're sitting there like, okay. Need to keep that in mind. Boop. And then you, priority, all the way up there. Okay, so that storage bus is attached to that drawer controller. That drawer controller, if I press shift, you can see that there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't fit into the tooltip. This controls the whole system that we have here. This thing can read that. We do set it to in and output, so we're going to put items in there and we're going to take items out. That's fine. Inaccessible items, no, don't care. You can do a lot of different things with the storage bus here, we don't care. Okay, no, that should be fine. If we now go over here and right click, we should see all of it. Yes, there you go. I've been waiting for this to happen for a long time now. Finally have it. So we have 41,000 iron nuggets. Is that what I'm seeing here? That's cool. Now we can put these in there. These go straight to the disk. Again, hopefully. Yup. 30 bytes. Okay, sure. And everything that can go into the drawers will go. So we have 2,295 gold in here. Now if I put those in here, they're back there. Lovely. That works. That works as it should. You are an eyesore. I'm just going to put you there. And as you can see, it's getting power. We just wasted a bunch of power, but that doesn't really matter. There's more stuff here. We're missing redstone and we're missing the silicon. Yeah, I'm going to take care of that. Obviously, we want this automated. So that we can go and say, you know what, we have space. I might even take the upgrades out here and say, this is the space we have. Craft them until they are full. Something like that. Sounds like a plan, right? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm quite happy to have this. Oh, yes, I'm so happy. This makes a lot of things a lot easier. Now, one more thing we want to do, probably, is wire up the rest. So we can input and output from these machines. And, you know, do this stuff. Like, there's probably a bunch of things in here. Oh, yes. This needs to be running auto. This needs to be running auto. Why are you putting in there? Well, that is weird. Can't you do that down there? See, that's what I mean. We want this automated so that that stuff doesn't happen. That would be so nice. Also, is there a wireless for this thing? Yes, there is. Wireless terminal, but only the wireless terminal. Is there a wireless crafting terminal? No. There is an upgrade mod, A2 something, and that gives you one more of these, because this is just a wireless terminal. A wireless terminal is just a monitor thing. It doesn't have a crafting grid, which doesn't really do much for us, right? And it seems wireless booster, all the things. Yeah, no. Do we have the infinity booster cards in here? No, don't. Okay, so we will have to use crafting terminals to do our thing. Now I will probably do the same which I did with the elevators here. I'm just going to go throughout the base, and at some key areas I will put down crafting terminals, just like that, poking out of the ground. They usually also are facades. As you can see, there are none. Those are the End.io ones. They don't go for... They don't work for these cables. And I don't know if End.io has the Applied Energistics cable in here. Where are all the cables? Conduits, right here. Well, yeah, it does. ME conduit, so we could use those instead of these cables. I think we need one cable there, and then to that cable we can attach the conduit, and then use the End.io facades for it. I don't know if I want to do that, necessarily. I mean, I can show you really quick since I'm admin. I can just go toggle game mode, there you go, and then we go somewhere. There's Applied Energistics. That's all the blocks that should be in there, right? And there's Applied Energistics facades. If you look at these, there's a bunch. Pretty much every block in the game can be crafted into a facade, and usually the only thing you need is a cable anchor, I think. 4 of these around the actual block would make a facade. But then if I look at this, crafting recipes, uses, nothing. So, don't know. Right, I think now it's about time to take all of this and put it into the system. Let's see. And there was an empty bowl in between there, which should have gone straight into that. Hopefully. I mean, we've tested it with the gold, right? Should work. You in here. And I think this is what I'm going to do with my free time over Christmas, emptying out all these. Not you. That's useless. But pretty much this is also the only way that I know of to make water buckets actually stack, because you can put them in here. Most of them do. That's weird. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, don't even think about it. Yeah, but stuff is in here now. We have everything accessible. We can craft right here. If you want another thing like that, we can just go with this, and then, yeah, it's missing. Thank you very much. Can't do that. Let's try this one then. Mystical Orb Puller, which is one of the other quests you want to do. We're missing things. What are we missing? We're missing anti-gravity blocks, amplifying tube, and gravity block. I'm pretty sure There's the anti-gravity block, there's the gravity block. And... I'm just gonna steal that. Don't think we really need that much more. So that in here, click on that, do this, make that, have a quest. Thank you! Done. And we get all the ores. Ooh, nope, no, don't hold shift. All the ores. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I'm gonna put you into the ore chest. And I'm gonna take this weird block, put it in here, and never think about it again. Go away. Yeah, we're not gonna touch base on that. Nope, it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna sit here, and you can have a look at me with a lovely terminal. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. That's it for this time. I see you probably after Christmas, so have a nice Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. And we might meet again before the end of this year and the start of the next one. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye bye.